Support for Another Round comes from Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com today for a domain experience that's transparent and easy to set up. Just make sure you enter offer code Another Round at checkout to get 10% off. Make your next move with Squarespace.
Hey everyone, Eleanor from the Pod Squad here. I just wanted to share with you some very exciting news, and that is that Another Round is having a live show in Chicago, and we want to see you there. Join us on June 21st at Thalia Hall for a live taping of the podcast. It's going to be amazing. It's part of WBEZ's Podcast Passport series. And tickets go on sale on Friday, May 5th. And for more information, go to wbez.org/events.
Hi, everyone. I'm Heben.
I'm Shmacy.
Okay.
Shmacy Gray. Yo, do you know that a white person called me Macy Gray yesterday?
Games, changes, and fears. When will
Literally every day of my life.
Like, I don't even look anything like her.
I kind of do.
I believe that fate has brought us?
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
You're ridiculous.
I play it off, but
I look more like her than you do.
Probably. But neither of us look like Macy Gray. I don't want you to accept some white person seeing a black person with an afro and being like, Macy Gray.
Word.
I try to say goodbye and I choke.
Thank you, white person.
And this is Another Round with Heben and Macy Gray.
Yes! Today we had the privilege of speaking with the very talented, Emmy Award-winning writer, director, comedian Jordan Peele.
So between the three of us, we have
Several
one Emmy.
Emmys. And a Peabody.
How many Emmys has he won? I don't know.
You know his sketch comedy from Mad TV and from being one half of the comedy duo Key and Peele on Comedy Central. He's making his directorial debut with Get Out.
Get out right now.
Not the song by JoJo,
Oh.
Tracy.
I can't not sing that song whenever I think about the title of this
So
movie.
he has a new fun social sort of horror thriller situation called Get Out that is about a black man coming home to his white girlfriend's parents. And
Horror ensues because white people are fucking terrifying.
what we've been telling y'all.
You want to listen to us? Maybe listen to Jordan.
So here is our conversation with Jordan Peele. And just a brief note about spoilers. We're going to operate under the assumption that you haven't seen the movie, and then there's going to be a little portion at the end of the interview where we're like, oh my God.
Because we have to talk about the ending.
Listen.
Neither of us enjoy horror movies.
Not at all. She listens to a lot of like true crime shit.
Okay,
I
but
feel like
that's
that's
not-
basically a horror movie, but worse.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
No, it is the same.
No.
The true crime shit, the CSI as well. This is like the way like middle America gets their horror. You know, there's some fucked up shit
There's a lot of fucked up shit.
out there, but for some reason, you know, with certain packages, it's more palpable.
I feel like I don't enjoy horror because I'm already a super anxious person.
Yeah.
Like, why should I recreationally experience these anxieties?
Yeah.
But as a consumer of not horror,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Fun. It was so
Fun.
That's what one of my favorite comments. People saying like, I don't like horror. I don't like getting scared.
Right. I don't fuck with it. But
But this one,
This one, though.
I think I can handle it, and it is. It's like the cure for what kind of sucks about horror movies.
Yes.
For me, is like going to see a horror movie with a big group of people.
yes.
Where everyone you could yell at the screen. You can just experience it together. It's communal.
It was excellent communal yelling at the screen.
It felt like a church
movie
service.
watching.
It really felt like a church service.
That's-
Because like everybody would be like, Lord, don't go in there at the same moment. And it was just like.
This is the first time I was at not Magic Johnson Theater.
Oh my
and
God.
people were yelling at the screen.
See, I'm gonna have to go incognegro.
Incognegro, I will allow it.
To the Magic Johnson Theater because I have to see how a black crowd
Oh
experiences
my God.
this movie.
People are going to throw their children at the screen.
yeah.
It's like, what? Ah!
No, take them. Levante. Go with
Last
Jordan.
one.
So you're a fan of the horror genre.
Yeah.
What was the movie that made you fall in love with horror movies?
You know, there's a lot of them. The Exorcist. I don't know if you guys have seen The Exorcist.
I've not seen The Exorcist, but I've seen the knockoff, Abby, the blaxploitation film.
Oh
Saw
my
it very
God.
recently.
Wait, what is
See,
Abby?
I missed that one.
It was so bad, y'all. The coolest thing about it is that it was filmed in my hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, which never happens.
Wait.
But it turns out that Abby was so much of a ripoff of The Exorcist that when it was in theaters, the actual people who made The Exorcist were like, you cannot legally do this. And they had it pulled from theaters.
They actually pulled it?
You can't call out a blaxploitation film as being being a ripoff. That's like unfair.
You know what?
That's like Bram Stoker suing Blackula. Like it's like you can't. Can you just let us have our version?
Just let us live. Anyway, so all this to say that I've seen a version of The Exorcist, but not the actual
Shining.
Exorcist.
Did I say The Exorcist?
You said The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well I meant The Shining. So this whole conversation is gone.
Okay, cool.
You know,
cool.
the
That's what editing is for.
The Exorcist is very scary because it's like it's clinical, it's weird, it feels real.
That's the other part of it for me. It's like, as a person who is like in the therapy system and in the mental health
In
system,
the therapy system.
you know,
Yeah, you're in the
It's like,
therapy
I
system.
don't-
That's one way to call it.
I like it. From
You know
now
what I'm
on,
saying,
this is
yo?
what
Yeah, I partake in the therapy
I
experience
dip my toes.
as a
I dabble.
I
dabble.
But it's like some of the horror movies feel like, oh, what if you were, for pretend sake, like a person who had mental health problems that suggested you were experiencing these things. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm good on my
good.
own.
Yeah.
I got it.
I got my
every day is
own.
a horror.
Yes.
I got my own personal shining going on in
Yes,
here.
every day.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit different because there are a lot of social anxieties that I think a lot of people can identify with in the movie. I
Yeah.
mean, basic shit like, I have definitely asked someone, have you told them I am black? Before
Yes.
meeting their parents, even their friends.
Wow.
Doesn't have to be a generational difference.
Yeah.
Did you pull from life for that?
That has happened to me. That was, by the time I was dating Chelsea,
Full disclosure, Chelsea Peretti is the sister of a one Jonah Peretti, who is the
Yes.
owner of BuzzFeed.com,
Yes.
owner and founder, CEO.
And we also follow each other on Twitter. And she told me once she likes my lipstick, so we're best friends. And honestly, I didn't want to bring this up right,
Well,
but I feel a way that I was not invited to the wedding. But I mean, we can talk
Didn't
about it.
y'all elope?
yeah, we did.
don't
We
think
did.
anybody
We
was
still. We should have thought about it.
They should have thought about Tracy.
It's all I wanted. It's all I wanted.
By the way, Chelsea texted me and told me like I have to do this podcast.
Oh,
So
good,
She is
good.
your friend. She is your supporter.
In the interest of staying transparent, I kind of harassed a few people in your family to get you on the show. So she was very nice and accommodating. So speaking of blaxploitation,
Yes.
which we did a minute ago, you see what I
We
did?
did.
got it, I
We
got
looked
it.
back.
Okay. One of the things that I loved about this movie is that I felt that I was watching a new age blaxploitation film, and this had to be what it felt like for audiences of Black people to watch Superfly, just like slapping white people everywhere, because it was. Because what I love about blaxploitation movies is that you have this group of people who are oppressed, voiceless, and just like all of these helpless social situations, which we kind of are in now. But when you get into the theater, right, then you have an opportunity to see us as the victors. Finally, like when I was watching this movie, I was like, Chris is doing this for the culture. He is doing this for everybody. And also I loved that, like, in the end, like, everybody was cheering. Everybody was clapping. Everybody was just like,
Our
even
theater
white
was
people.
hype.
And I was like, look at y'all empathizing with Black people.
Yeah, that's
Look
the
at
thing.
you.
Man. This movie, had sort of two desired effects. Besides just being an experience, everybody can like go and we can all cheer together. But I wanted to give representation to like the loyal Black horror movie fan base who
Yeah.
comes out time after time and doesn't get that representation.
Yeah, we
of-
get killed in like the first 5
We
minutes.
get killed. Yeah, it's like we don't get our skin in the movie. We don't get our perspective in the movie. We don't
We don't have a voice.
We don't have a voice. So that was a big part of it. And then the other thing is like I think the power of story is really is a profound thing. Maybe you get white people coming to see this movie, and for 90 minutes, they're seeing through the eyes
Yeah.
of this Black protagonist, and they're not being told what that perspective is. They're feeling what that perspective is. They're going through it.
Right.
And that to me is like that's the missing part of the conversation. It is experiences where you can go and feel and empathize.
Yeah.
Not just be dictated like, this is what it's like.
Yeah. It also, I think, spelled out and made physical and real the kind of fear and terror that Black people live with every day.
Right. It's just
And
like
it's-
everyday horrors that you think about.
Right. And it could just be like, I'm walking down the street in a white neighborhood. I'm terrified right
Yeah.
now. And your average white person's like, what's the problem? This is what white
What was
people
that,
sound
Tracy?
like. What's the matter?
That's your white that's your Caucasian voice.
guys?
Hey, there's nothing
Nothing going on here.
going on here.
You're saying, if you're so insane. right.
Skip to Malou.
Yeah.
Just ignorant shit. Just-
I can play Skip to My Lou on a guitar. I don't want to talk about it.
What?
No.
Anyway,
Let's
here's Skip to Malou.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now Skip to Malou, parentheses, my darling. Skip to Malou.
Shit. But
But
and it also reminded me of the way that like when you are dealing with like a mood disorder, like some mental illness issue that nobody
again
else
with
can
you guys.
see.
Again.
It's kind of a
We talk a
theme
lot
of the
about
show. We're very upfront about like all the
That's
things that are
good.
wrong with us. But it's kind of like how we always talk about like people don't believe in illnesses that they can't really see. So
Yeah.
when you're depressed, it's like, oh, just exercise and you'll feel
Right.
fine. It's like, actually, motherfucker. There's like some brain chemistry shit here. And I feel like with white folks, it's kind of similar. Like they can't see, like they don't experience this particular fear. So for them, it's like, you know, it's all in your head. You know, you just need to be like open or whatever. But this movie like made it real for them. They were like, oh shit, this is actually a problem. Like they're actually physical lives in danger.
yeah.
Did you
And I loved
test
it.
this movie out in front of white audiences and black audiences?
I tested it with mixed crowd and really found from the get-go that it was a combined experience, you know, even if there were some differences. I mean, genuinely, white people that go to see this movie are going to be woke to
Sure,
an extent.
sure, yeah.
But still, like, you know, I think it appealed to everybody on a similar level or a similar amount. But you know, one of the you know, talking about like therapy and whatnot, and you know, there's a big theme in this movie is this idea of getting hypnotized or being in a psychiatrist's chair, which is, you know, partially playing off of, you know, for me, playing off of the sort of the stereotype of generalization, but that the black community, you know, hasn't exactly embraced therapy as a means to get to, you know,
No, that's
their
real.
inner
It's
turmoil.
like
turmoil.
religion is what my family talks about.
Exactly. Religion's where it
You just need
goes,
to pray, girl. You just
which
need
is
to pray.
which is, you know, a very valid way to do it.
Sure.
But
Sure.
it's there is this fear that I wanted to play off of here of just like, yeah, we don't I don't know about anybody fucking with my head
Yeah.
type shit.
Have you ever done hypnosis?
I've never done hypnosis, but Catherine Keener did in preparation for this.
Wow.
And
Like she was hypnotized?
She was hypnotized.
What?
She taped it and she showed it to me, and we learned a lot from.
What was on the tape? Oh my god.
It was
no.
cool. I mean, it was
Yeah.
cool.
Also, hell no.
out.
That was the part of the movie where it's like, see, I wouldn't be in that situation.
I would
Girl, don't you
excuse
lay on
myself.
that couch.
I would never be hypnotized by a random white woman in the
nope.
woods.
Don't put it like that. You know, yeah,
Yeah,
probably,
you know.
yeah. But
He didn't have a choice.
well, part of the other thing about this movie was like, you know, black horror movie fans, as well as most horror movie fans, it's like the worst thing that can happen in a horror movie is somebody does some stupid shit that nobody would do, you know, you wouldn't do in that
Right.
situation. So I wanted this movie to work for them. So I made sure, like, when he's in those situations where you're like, come on, brother. Don't.
What you doing? What you doing?
What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?
Come on, come on,
At
come on.
least I would bake in like the reason, so you know, like, look, this is his possibly his future mother-in-law. She's asking him to
Right.
Yeah.
It's
come and sit
awkward.
down. What are you gonna do? You can't just be like, nope, I don't want to sit in your
Ma'am,
chair, bitch.
hard pass.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He was put in a really uncomfortable situation and then sort of like let it lead him to where he was.
Yeah, and it's also a situation where, like, no matter what you do, you stand to be criticized, you know? Like, oh, you don't want to let this white lady in the woods hypnotize you, what you hiding, you know? And it's just like, and also you want to make a good impression, and you don't know how they're going to read your decisions, and I can't think of a more uncomfortable way to spend a weekend.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. This is, and, you know, like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I think it plays to, you know, it definitely plays to in black fears, but there's a universality in the fear of meeting your in-laws for the first time and not
Yeah.
Real.
yeah, very real. And like whoever you are, that's how Guess Who's Coming to Dinner worked, and I think like resonated so much with, you know, a mixed audience, because it was. It's the entry point is in some ways universal.
What was meeting your in-laws for the first time like?
You know, they're both very wonderful, interesting people. I met them, you know, separately.
Wait, were you the first black person in their family? Is that a weird question to ask? Like, were you the first Black person to come home to their
I
family?
think that's a valid question because
Yeah.
so my friend and roommate Nicole was going out on this date with this white dude, right? And the white dude's brother is married to a Black woman. So the Black woman was like, oh, show her a picture of me so that she knows.
So she knows what?
Yeah, so that she knows that there's like already a Black woman in the family. And so like, you know, it's
That
like,
was like, yeah.
it's cool.
This white man has already been trusted.
Yeah, he's
just-
got the
it's-
approval of one.
Sometimes
Yes.
there's a Black person that introduces the rest of the family.
This is the central question in
Right.
the beginning of the movie.
It's
is
not a
like,
weird
do
question.
they,
You're right. Thank you, Tracy.
You're right.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes, no, not a weird question. Not a weird question. I mean, because the fear is that, like, look, I mean, today there's, the odds are just as great that you could get a cool family, which I got luckily, as you might get, a family who's like, okay, not in my backyard.
NIMBY.
Yeah.
People do actually say not in my backyard,
Not in my
too,
backyard.
which is
They
the
say
corniest
NIMBY.
That is some corny shit.
It's crazy.
But it's even when you know that the family is cool and woke, there's still this feeling like, oh man, am I gonna get like, even if I get like a flicker
I
of
know.
Yeah.
realization in their eyes, it's gonna bum me out for the rest of my life.
Yes.
That's it, right? It's like I don't even want that. So
I used to feel so anxious about meeting my white friends' parents.
Really?
I didn't I'm a great kid. I was a great.
I'm sure.
I was a great kid.
I bet you were.
Thank you, everyone.
It's a delight.
Not anymore, but I was. No, I felt so anxious, and I would ask myself, like, what is the thing I am so scared of?
Yeah.
I just don't want to have that moment where I realize that
Yeah.
they didn't realize, and then they have to adjust somehow.
The adjustment. That's
I don't know. I don't want to see the
don't wanna
adjustment. I don't
see
want
it.
to see the
Yeah.
eyes
It ruins
look
everything.
at me like
And
this
look,
is
and-
not what I expected.
And sometimes, sometimes you'll meet them, and there's not even a flicker. There's not
Right.
even a Sometimes you'll meet them, and there's this little hesitation. I'm just like, all right, well,
this is what we're doing. Okay, yeah.
So it's this weird, like, justified paranoia. Is
Yeah.
this state that we're living in. And I say justified because sometimes it's straight up right, and then other times maybe I'm looking too hard. But it's hard to the general state of unease is what I wanted the audience coming into.
Oh, you did it. I was uncomfortable the entire fucking
This is
movie.
how I would describe my entire professional life. General state of
General
unease.
state of unease. Yeah.
So I am of the opinion that this movie has some of the best acting that I've seen in a while. The lead,
How dare you.
Chris. I'm sorry, I tried to ease into it. I tried. But I just want his eyes alone to get an Oscar. Also, the rest of him needs a separate Oscar. But it was just amazing.
The eyes
And
Oscar, of
Georgina-
course.
Yeah, and
No.
the award for best eye performance.
His
goes
eye
to-
acting is like he's got Meryl Streep and Daniel Day-Lewis up on
Yes.
his face.
Yes.
for sure.
First of all, I can't imagine it with another cast. Like casting these people who, as you said, they're all fantastic, but they even sort of helped evolve the characters for me and my understanding of the characters. Part of the reason I think Chris and Little Rel and Georgina and Walter, the black actors in the movie feel like that is because we haven't had enough chance to see these actors.
Right.
Right.
For a lot of them, Daniel's gotten work with Black Mirror and Sicario. This is his first leading role. You can see by his performance why has he not been the lead of a movie so
insane.
far?
It's
Yo.
insane.
He's a star.
He's excellent.
So I think part of it is like because of the institutionalized racism in Hollywood, for a lot of these people, it's kind of the first time we're seeing them. They get to embody the roles maybe a little bit more iconically. I think that might be it. I mean, it was one of these fascinating things. It's like, okay, I'm making this movie. We're going to make this movie. All right, now I just need like the 26-year-old black leading man. And okay, there's two.
Who are they even?
I mean,
Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B.
Cool.
Yeah, that's like the first guy I thought of.
and then like kind of hard pressed to find another guy who would be considered like this person can open a movie in this industry. I mean, you got Chad Boseman is amazing.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Donald Glover is
Oh,
great.
yes,
I mean,
yes.
he's
Also,
he's just-
friend of Atlanta is also in this movie.
Lakeith Stanfield is in the movie
I
as well.
love him.
Let me tell you.
So adorable.
He's so great. He's giving
really-
you young Andre 3000.
He's a beautiful man. And his character's name is Andre
Yes.
in the movie.
I knew it. I seen it.
Also, yeah, he's a fantastic actor. And he shows such range.
This is your directorial debut.
That's right.
So how do you get like a performance like that out of Andre?
You know, my whole philosophy as a director is every actor gets their dream process, if I can. Because every actor works differently. Every actor has a different method. You know, you've got someone like Allison who's very type A personality. She's very exact. She's very precise. She wants to understand every line thoroughly. And then you have someone like Daniel who's like, well, just let me I'll just be in the moment and react. You know?
That's me as an actor.
That's you as an actor. Yeah.
Lines to memorize. Oh, let me just feel it.
I'll just feel. And then you got little Rel who it's like, okay, Rel, just say it 10 different ways and just have fun. And you just take the funniest thing. So, you know, a real thing for me was like just figuring out how each actor works. And then with someone like Betty, who is, you know, a trained dancer as well, you know, and she has probably what I consider one of the greatest scenes in horror film history.
And
in
Betty
this
played?
movie. She played Georgina. And yeah, I think you know the scene I'm talking about where she, you know, comes into the room and she just performs this creepy, like, Stepford meets the Help.
I was nearly on the floor. You know how, like, you just sink down into your seat so low?
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want this to be over.
Yeah.
This scene was so good.
so
good.
uncomfortable, but like within about 30 seconds, she acts the entire premise of the movie. It's a beautiful thing. It's one of my favorite moments.
One of the things that fucked me up the most in this movie is when old girl was having some cereal. She takes a Fruit Loop.
Old girl is Allison Williams.
Yes, I'm sorry. I
White
don't know
woman.
anybody's name.
Oh, girl.
Takes a Fruit Loop, bites it in half, puts it back down. Takes exactly 3 sips of her milk.
Were you like Allison Williams? 3 exact
I
sips
could
of the
barely
milk.
get through
Yes.
that. Really?
It's
That
like,
came
no,
from your brain.
I can't. Yeah, it's like nope. You got to eat the Fruit Loops in 2 bites, and the milk
Like
got
a
to be
monster.
In 3.
What
yeah,
is wrong with you? How did you do that?
it's so weird.
Why is milk so creepy?
I don't exactly.
It
I mean,
is
this
so
whole
creepy.
this whole scene, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, because of this reason. It's like, first of all, she's like this weird stunted growth where she's like, you know, eating her like comfort food from when she was a
Right.
kid, and she has this weird OCD precise way of doing things where you're like, I don't know this bitch. This is, but I do. I kind of do,
Something's
but
off.
something's off. It was one, and that was a scene that, you know, I added only 2 days before we shot it. So it wasn't in the original script.
What was happening in your life where you're like, I had the Fruit Loops?
Yeah, I was like, I got some Fruit Loops issues.
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah,
Society.
yeah. I mean, and then like, you know, people have pointed out weird things like, you know, hey, like, oh, I get it. She's like, she keeps the colored separated from the whites. I'm like, no, that's not where I was
Reaching,
going.
but okay.
But I like it, and I will adopt.
I was not prepared.
I will
My
adopt.
favorite thing is when white people think they're saying people of color and they say coloreds.
Yeah, I feel weird when people say blacks.
Yeah.
Like that's
Oh,
the
blacks with an S.
Yeah, I mean that's like a
your
normal.
man's, your little Mr. Little President
Yeah.
is a fan of that.
I don't know. It's not even technically an offensive one.
Right.
just like-
Grammatically
it's
sort
just-
of odd.
Yeah, it just feels like
Yeah.
blacks. It feels so offhand and like.
It's like he
black
knows
people-
a family called the Blacks. And those are the black people he's talking
Yeah.
about.
Well,
All
that's
black people instinctively know not to trust a white person who refers to black people as black.
yeah, or the
Or
blacks.
The blacks.
Yeah.
Which
They
is
say
why I
the
like to
blacks. They
call
got bodies
them-
in their basement.
The whites.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I love returning favors, white people.
Yeah. That's kind of what this movie is. It's sort of
Just returning some favors.
Returning some favors.
So we want to talk about the ending. We don't want to spoil it for our listeners. So, listener,
This is for the people who have seen the movie.
so the ending. A little birdie has told me
Yeah.
that there is an alternate ending in which the cops actually come at the end. He gets locked up and taken away for slaughtering an entire family of white people, and you just know he's never getting out, right? If he doesn't get like shot then and there on the spot. How did audiences respond to that ending versus the one that's going to be in theaters, and which do you prefer?
I prefer the one that's in the theaters. There were several endings of this movie. Several of them were, you know, pretty dark.
What do you do when you have
fucked up.
several endings? Like, why did you even write more than one?
I was trying to figure out what the best one was, really. And in the beginning, when I first was making this movie, the idea was, okay, we're in this post-racial world, apparently. Like, that was the whole idea. And people were saying, like, okay, we got Obama, so racism is over. Let's not talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll ask Matt.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So that's what the movie was meant to address. It's about to be like, okay, but look, you recognize this interaction, right? You recognize this interaction. These are all clues, if you don't already know, that racism isn't over. By the time we were shooting this film, it was a much more woke time.
What do you mean? When was it?
It was the past couple of years. So
I
this
see,
was
I see.
after, the murder of Trayvon and Mike Brown and all these other incidents come to the public discussion.
So you began working on this at the beginning of the Obama presidency.
So that's when I began thinking about it, writing it, coming up with the idea. And so the ending in that era was meant to say, look, you think race isn't an issue? Well, at the end, we all know this is how this movie would end right here.
Right.
The fact that rings true is the point of the film. By the time we were shooting it, we as a society were confronting that truth in a different way, in a more woke way, and it was very clear that like the ending needed to transform into something that gives us a hero, that gives us an escape, gives us a positive feeling when we leave this movie.
And a break.
And a
going
break.
through it.
That's right. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing the audience go crazy
Yeah.
when Rod shows up.
Support for Another Round comes from Squarespace. With Squarespace, you get a unique domain experience that's simple to set up and an all-in-one platform to help you create a beautiful website. Which brings me to a game of Would You Rather Internet Edition. And here is where we invite Tyler Sorensen from BuzzFeed's creative department into the studio to ask me one hard Would You Rather question about the internets. Hi, Tyler.
Hey, Tracy.
What's up?
Not much. I have your question, though, if you want to
Let's
answer
do
that.
it. Let's do it.
Here it is. It's, would you rather your employer see your search history or your parents?
Easy answer. I would rather have my employer see my search history because I can blame it on working for a company as strange as BuzzFeed. Like, oh, I had to look up this very embarrassing thing because I'm researching it for a post. But I would have no excuses for my mom. I mean, I guess it could have been just be like, no, it's for work.
So you don't really care who
I
sees
don't care.
it? Okay.
Show it to the world. Get your unique domain today at squarespace.com. If you sign up for a year, the domain is completely free, and you can also save 10% off your first purchase with the offer code Another Round, as in the title of the wonderful show that you are listening to right now. Make your Make your next move with Squarespace. So, this is one of my favorite things to do on the show.
Okay.
This is our rapid fire question segment called Pew Pew Pew.
Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
There you go.
Rapid
All right.
fire.
Let's ask you some weird ass questions.
Okay.
Okay.
What does your childhood smell like?
Skittles and rain.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Sorry. Yeah, I was just like,
was
yeah,
really-
it's like
Beautiful.
Yeah, hey.
poetry.
That's the two of my favorite things.
okay.
Was there a moment you ever rebelled with your white mom? Be like, white mom, you don't get me.
Did you call her a white mom? First of all?
White mom,
White mother.
where's black mom? I know she's out there somewhere.
White mother. You do not understand.
No, I didn't have any sort of like racial rebellion in any way. I had the normal high school
Sure,
like angst thing for a bit, but I was mama's boy. I was pretty. I'm pretty much, and she did a real good job. I think
She
that's,
did real
that's my
good. She
opinion.
did good.
She did good.
Big fan.
Speaking of mamas, you're about to have a baby. You're going to be a mom.
Yeah.
Can men have it all?
Are you worried about
This is
how
the part of the
child-
interview where if you were a woman, we'd be like, how the fuck you gonna take care of this shit?
Yeah.
Are you are you aged out of like certain roles now?
I know there's a lot.
Can you afford childcare?
Yeah.
What's the child gonna think of you?
I mean, the good thing is I'm like I'm aged out of roles, so I can spend a little extra time home. It is crazy. I can't believe it.
This is your first?
It's my first.
Do you need a babysitter?
Yes.
We're looking for a podcast, baby.
We're looking for a baby.
Yeah. Well, I'll just bring the child here.
The child.
Done.
Y'all can do some pew pew pew.
Yes.
So let's do some would you rather.
So you're a woman in this situation.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Hi you guys.
Would you rather go on a date with a man who has a pickup truck but no need for it, or a man who has 5 cats?
At least 5
I
cats.
thought you were gonna say, or a man who has need for a pickup truck but no truck.
Oh no.
No, or
too
5
easy.
cats, or
So man with pickup truck with no need for it, or man with 5 cats, which is more ominous? Really, is the question. Tracy,
yeah,
Jordan,
great,
how are we feeling?
great question.
I would say that personally for me,
Wait,
Megan.
we haven't been introduced to who's this?
hi, I'm Megan.
Oh my God, Megan's here!
Nice to meet you guys.
Oh my God! This is
so-
Allison Williams' best friend.
I love Allie. I've met a man with a pickup truck with 5 cats in the back.
No.
And let me tell you, ladies, he was good.
Oh,
He was good.
Really? So do you think that it's something about the pickup truck that made him good, or was it the cats, or was it a
Just the
man?
combination. You just want a guy who can just knows how to haul that pussy off. That's
wow.
Do you approve?
I can't
Do
believe
you
I
approve?
didn't
That was
see that coming.
excellent.
You
I
set-
feel
you
like I
s-
set it
you-
up.
you
It was a
set it up.
layup. It was a
Ah.
layup, and then I was just like, yes.
I saw nothing. Would you rather vote for the presidency of the United States, Rachel Dolezal
Ooh.
or Omarosa?
Ooh.
Rachel Dolezal.
What?
In a second.
Wait, why? Talk to me. You thought about that in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I think Rachel Dolezal has spent her life trying to do good things.
She has.
Trying.
She's been
I think so.
working at the NAACP.
She's been working for black people. Omarosa's
say it
been
like-
working against black people, is how I feel.
I will never get over the footage of her being like, he has a hit list. Everyone's on it.
Oh, yeah, Omarosa, right?
Omarosa.
Yeah, she's like threatening. He's got people out there like
Yeah.
pulling like
Girl.
you don't want him on your bad side. It's like, what the fuck is this mob shit?
Seriously. She
Kellyanne's done that shit.
Yeah, she's mean mugging in these streets.
No, she's me mugging
She's
in
out
these
here.
streets. I do not accept Omarosa.
This is stressing me out. So I want to talk about Reginald VelJohnson because
Ooh.
we recently discovered his Twitter feed.
Yeah.
It's so golden. It's just so good and pure, and I feel like everything that is like right in the world is
Yeah.
on
For
his
those
Twitter
who don't
feed.
know, Tracy, who that? Who this?
First of all, if you
who
don't know,
this
how
man?
dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? Reginald VelJohnson was Carl in the hit sitcom Family Matters. And he's just a joy and a delight. And
joy.
so you, during Key and Peele, had a Family Matters sketch where you played Reginald VelJohnson. I just want to, I just want to hear you very briefly just talk about the magic of Reginald VelJohnson.
Well, Reginald VelJohnson is one of the most amazing celebrities of all time. First of all, there
Hard
was
agree.
a death scare a couple of weeks ago. Like a rumor got out that he passed away.
You know how Twitter's always trying to kill people.
Twitter, and
And
that was my favorite tweet he put out. He was like, "Got Twitter trying to kill me out here." I was like, "Yes, Reginald." I mean, one of the things that's amazing about him is like the first 90% of his career, he would only play niggas in uniform.
Really?
He's a cop
Yeah.
or doorman.
I've only seen him as a cop.
He's only been a cop,
Only seen him as a
doorman.
cop.
Yeah. He's in Ghostbusters. He's in Family Matters. He's in Die Hard as cops.
Oh, shit.
He's in a uniform in Croc Dundee. It's like they can only they saw
Even in Crocodile
he's
Dundee.
in Crocodile Dundee. Hollywood saw him in this box.
Uh-huh.
And so he's a special character actor for that reason.
Can I just read a couple of his tweets and make me really
Yes,
happy?
please,
Is that
please.
do we have time? Can I do this? These are real tweets from
Harriet.
Reginald VelJohnson. Way to go, Carl. They were so mean to Carl. They blame Carl for everything.
Yeah.
Earthquake outside. Way to go, Carl. Carl, can I live?
Eddie. Little Richie. Grandma Laura. Steve. I could just That whole show was just like them calling each other's names out.
That's it. Real tweets from Reginald VelJohnson's Twitter page.
I love this.
And I read. Whenever I hear the term pirate radio station, I imagine a parrot DJ playing the last millennium's hottest sea shanties, and I start giggling.
Shanties?
Sea shanties.
He's dumb. He's dumb in the best way. He's dumb.
One more tweet.
Yeah.
Let's all be completely honest and sincere with one another today. These foolish tricks need to stop. Hashtag April Truth Day.
Carl.
He too grown for foolish games.
He is so
can't do it.
foolish. He's so funny. You know, the thing that sketch that we did was about was like, I don't know if you guys remember, like the last couple of years of Family Matters was like so off the rails, esoteric. Like,
Oh,
they were
was
just,
this when they like went into a spaceship and then he came out like Urkel?
Yeah, Stefan
I
Urkel.
was so in love
Yeah,
with
like,
Stefan Urkel.
it
Oh
went
my
from-
God, that
I
is so
can't.
funny.
That is
it?
weird.
I
I
feel
think
every
that-
black girl that was
No.
my age. Everybody was in love with.
No, it wasn't one of
Were
those
you in love with
things.
him?
It was not.
Literally
It was
everybody
not
was.
one of those things
I
where
feel like it
everybody,
was
everybody
everything.
was like,
Nobody's
You see him?
When Jaleel put on that Stefan,
When he had that 3X suit on
it wasn't like
with the
that.
tie going all the way
That's
down to the
just you.
kneecap. Yes. No, it was, I swear.
Oh my God, that's where Donald Trump got it.
But those last seasons were like it was like
was
the
weird.
Twilight Zone. I mean,
It
there was
was.
an episode where Steve built a shrinking ray, and he shrunk Carl and himself down into
my
little people,
gosh.
and they were like sleeping in like in
stressing
sandwich
me out.
bread. They slept in white bread like a
Oh,
sandwich,
sandwich bread is so fluffy. That'd make an excellent.
and then
What?
the very next episode they were on a pirate ship. No kidding.
I believe it.
They did jump
Yeah.
several.
They went back in time.
Yeah. So we have a question. I'm not good at easing into things seamlessly. But Chappelle, right? What's good with you and Chappelle? He seems to feel a way about Key and Peele.
You know, this is. I'm glad you brought this up because I just want to say, you know, Chappelle his joke about Key and Peele is like, hey, funny guys, I like that show. I like that. I watched that. You know, where'd y'all come up with that? I know because I did it first. Something like that, right?
Right.
So he's done that joke a couple of times, and like I always get these tweets of like, oh, your boy's talking about you. What's going on? He's coming for you. We've been contacted by Chappelle. He sent out an olive branch when he was doing SNL to come do a sketch with him. My understanding is that it was all a joke. He's a fan, and
Okay.
Why didn't you do the sketch?
I was shooting this movie.
Oh,
I was shooting this movie. Too busy
Doing
to
all
do
this
it.
stuff.
You know,
But,
I got jobs.
But yeah, I think it's when you sort of look back, it's really pretty harmless joke.
Yeah.
And I think it's people that want there to be beef that are just
Yeah.
kind of like spinning it up and munching on it. I mean, the truth is like most of us comedians are fans of each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I think it's that thing of when, like, you know how you work at a company, right? And you have to be friends with all the black people because it's only 3 of y'all. And then you get enough black people to dislike another black person. Like, oh, I don't
Rare.
work with Leroy.
Yes.
Me and Leon's cool, but Leroy?
Leroy, he's like a Bobo Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobo Leon. So I wonder if, like, people just assume that, like,
Right.
the industry is so small and there's only so many black people and, like, there's no way
It is
that
true
could be
that
like
there's generally only been enough room for one.
Yeah.
For, like, one
especially
show to be popping at the
stand-up-
time.
Stand-up
Yeah.
comedians, that definitely
So I
seems
can
to be.
see that narrative being put on.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
were concerned because I would love for you all to make a movie together.
I would love that too.
And
I'm
also,
such-
cast me in it.
and you want to be in there too? Okay, well
If
we
you
can
guys have
talk
like
about
a
that.
cameo where you're on a random podcast that's really popping.
Oh my gosh.
That's how we would do it. You guys would play yourself.
Welcome to another round with Schmevin and Schmacy. I'm Schmevin,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right now,
schmacy.
now we're gonna have a round of shmew shmew shmew.
Well, Mr. Peele, it appears that your publicists are standing up and inching towards the door, so we should let you go before
okay.
we get in trouble.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by. Another round with Schmevin and Schmacy.
Guys, thanks shmew.
Where can people find you in your work? Are you like promoting something right now?
I'm promoting Get Out, my directorial debut. It's a film I'm very proud of. It's a social thriller. It's done come out. So
It's done come out, y'all.
It been out.
so you guys know,
What y'all
I mean,
doing?
it changed the face of what was imaginable in a box office.
Yeah. And now horror is just like this completely
Now
new
horror
thing.
is a different thing.
you're the
So
reason
I really don't need to promote it anymore, really, is the thing.
You just, you know what, just hanging out.
Light flex.
Shooting and shit.
You know.
Jordan Peele, thank you so much. Please come back again.
I will. I love you guys.
Come back.
Oh, man, I'm so excited for my round.
Ooh, Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you running around for?
I think you're really going to enjoy this round overall, but you're going to be a little frustrated that
Oh,
I'm
my.
just now buying around for it.
What is it?
So here's the thing that you may not know about me. I tend to ignore things that are very popular in the moment, right? So when people are just like, oh,
Is this
my
about
gosh.
Drake?
No. I'm trying to ignore Drake for the rest of my life. But yeah, like when people are just like when there's like I don't want to say bandwagon because I don't want it to devalue anyone's fandom, you know?
Okay.
So
what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I get tired of hearing people talk about like the hot new thing, so I won't engage with a new thing until they're not talking about it anymore. Mm-hmm. Part of that is because I'm a fucking curmudgeon, and I'm just like, kids, man, this isn't music. What the fuck?
Perhaps one might say you're a hater.
Accurate.
Got him.
I know who I am and what I bring to the table. I do self-identify as a hater.
Okay.
So recently I was like, okay, enough time has passed between this album coming out and everybody's like hype over it dying down. So I can now get into it.
Thoughts?
It has changed my motherfucking life.
What is it?
It is an album by the name of Anti by one
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Wait, that album is so dope. I'm so glad.
It's so good. And like I was trying to describe to somebody why I like it so much and how it makes me feel. And so I was like, so fingernail polish. You and I have some killer manicures right now, I have to say. Heaven's got a nice little deep purple thing happening.
Hey, girl, hey.
I got like a pink, like
I see
blush.
with your pastel.
You know what I'm saying?
I see 'em.
Spring is coming. We trying to get in the mood. But I pick my fingernail colors according to moods that I'm in or moods that I want to be in, right?
Ooh.
So right now I have like I don't want to call it nude because this is not everybody's nude. It's a very natural shade
Funny
of
how
like,
you be that thoughtful about it. Because it's not everyone's nude.
and it wasn't hard. Being thoughtful just now happened really easily.
Not that hard.
It's called effort. And I picked this color when I want to feel kind of like chic and like put together because I feel like it's a very fashion forward color, you know?
I see you. I seen it.
And, you know, I'm still trying to get the whole fashion thing down, but I can at least dress my nails nicely, right? Red nail polish. If you see me with red nail polish, it means I'm trying to get pregnant. So cross the street, don't talk to me.
Ooh.
Hide your adult
Hide your kids,
sons
hide
and
your
your
wives.
husbands. But if I have black nail polish on, it just means like, listen,
We about to fight.
I'm having this conversation with you right now, sir, but I'm daydreaming about like
Punching you, killing you.
right in the face. And it makes me feel like, you know,
Do you want to punch a Nazi?
yes, that is my black polish. Is what it makes me want to do. And like it makes me think of like women in like dive bars with like beer bottles and like smoking cigarettes and like studs all over their leather coats and shit. That's how Anti makes me feel. Listen, I just be in my living room with like a little glass of something brown. And like I'm sure
As
everybody
Rihanna
does
would
this.
want it.
As she would want it. And I'm sure everybody does this, but like you kind of like you imagine the video in your head. Like if you were in the video right now, like what would you be doing? And so I like to stare wistfully out over my street in Brooklyn. And I just kind of like grimace a little bit like, And she's like, didn't I tell you that I was a savage? And I'm just like,
she sure
I
did.
told him I was a savage, but and there's nobody there. I don't know. It just makes me feel powerful and invincible and just badass. I wish I was cooler. If I was cooler, I would be Rihanna.
I think if you had more money, you'd be Rihanna.
Yo.
I love that album.
Right. It's so good. What's your
And the
favorite song?
only song I skip is Work.
Oh, because it was super played out.
It's just too much. It's played out.
Yeah. I feel you.
Sass with me, so amazing. She'd be doing a lot.
Beautiful. I really like The song where she's kind of screechy a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
So can you light my fire?
I really like her kind of like stoner anthems
Yeah.
that are clearly not like really well polished.
Yeah.
Like that's not the point.
No. Let's smoke a J. I would say melodically it could have gone differently, but I'm
here for it anyway.
I will still screech along with you in my living room as I look wistfully over my Brooklyn street.
Rihanna, if you're listening, please.
Oh my gosh.
Smoke a blunt with us.
Oh my. It's got emotional. Can you imagine Heben and Tracy hang out with Rihanna for like 2 hours?
I know.
Lives changed.
You take me higher, higher than I've ever been.
That's my round. Who or what is your round for?
So, have I told you all about the Marie Kondo book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up?
I think you have mentioned this before.
I sure
and
have.
We used the title for the title of our episode with Rachel Wilkerson Miller.
Who will actually change your life.
Absolutely. And that
Life-Changing
show was
Magic
called
of Rachel.
Of Listening to Rachel.
Yes. Facts. But I've been recently applying the principles of that book to other areas of my life because I found it to be very useful.
You mean other areas aside from tidying up?
Aside from tidying up. So Marie Kondo is specifically talking about tidying up your home, your closet, your storage spaces, etc.
Right. Physical surfaces and rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to apply this language and this logic to white people.
Ooh. So the life-changing magic of tidying up your white people?
Tidying up your whites.
Wow. Your whites.
Will you allow it?
I do believe I will.
Yes.
The judges say yes.
Okay, so let's just go through some quotes from the book and then just
Yeah.
add white people to them.
Oh
See
my
what
God.
happens.
I'm so excited for this.
Okay. Keep only those things that speak to your heart.
Already.
Keep only the white people that speak to your heart. By doing this, you can reset your life and embark on a new lifestyle.
Wow.
Here's a different comment from the book. The question of what you want to own is actually the question of how you want to live your life. The question of what kind of white people you want in your life is actually the question of how you want to live your life.
Wow. So, how would you apply this as, a rule or a function for your life?
So one of the main takeaways from the book is that she's like, if it does not bring you joy, if it is not useful to you, why is it in your life? It may have at one point served a purpose.
Yeah.
The purpose may no longer be existing.
Yeah, you outgrow things and white people all the time.
You outgrow things and white people all the time. That is my main argument. You outgrow whites. And I think Donald Trump has brought out some of all of our spring cleaning.
Ooh.
Is this useful of an assumption?
Does
is
it
this
bring
a
me joy?
useful thing in my life?
Is it functional?
Is it functional in any way?
Is it making my life easier or more difficult?
Just some basic questions, some basic reflecting on the items around you and the people around you.
Wow. Also, can I also apply this to men?
Absolutely.
I got so many of them to throw out, girl. Just laying around.
Does this sweater bring you joy? This man, this Michael.
Throw him out.
What he doing for you? He stretched out. Yeah. Okay. Here's another example. I think a lot of it is also the importance of the book is thinking about the present tense. It talks a lot about the things we've stored in a past life and the things we imagine for a future life. But what are you doing in the present life for these items in your life? Is kind of the book's interrogation.
Stay in present. Okay.
So one of the things she says is, no matter how wonderful things used to be, we cannot live in the past.
Oh my God.
The joy and excitement we feel here and now are more important.
Drag me, okay? Just drag me.
Drag your racial drama. Drag the whites you don't need in your life, etc.
What kind of read is this book? Is it entertaining? Is it slow? Is it long? Is it laborious?
It's a very quick read that is meant to equip you with the tools to sort of go through your everyday life all the time. It's not meant to be a once in a moment experience. It's constant reflection,
Right.
A constant reorientation about what are the things that are useful in your life.
So is it something that you revisit regularly?
It actually kind of is. I also revisit frequently what white people are useful in my life. Let's not lose track of the point.
You're right. The life-changing magic of tidying up In
Your whites.
parentheses, your whites.
Yes.
I'm gonna check
Your
it out.
coloreds, your whites.
Your men's. You ready for credits?
Credits.
Thank you to Jordan Peele.
Hey.
You can find him on all the things social media at Jordan Peele. That's P-E-E-L with the extra E on it because he fancy.
He fancy.
Also, check out Get Out, the movie. It's so...
Ooh. Talk to us about it.
It just makes me frustrated how good it is.
Watch it. Send us a photo of your little friend group.
Yeah, tweet us.
Exploring your little racial anxieties.
Aw.
As friend
Racial
groups
anxiety
are wont to do.
Do that.
Yes.
Shout out to the pod squad.
Blah, blah, blah. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. This episode was produced by Nina Patak and Julia Furlan with editorial oversight from Eleanor Kagan and Meg Kramer. Music by one Jean Grey. You can find her on Twitter at Jean Greasy. And Don Will of the rap group Tanya Morgan. You can find him at Don Will. You can follow Heben at Heben Rants because that's what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked like an angel from the sky.
Aww.
Oh, your name is Heaven. Did it hurt?
Stop.
When
Stop.
When you come from heaven. And you can find me on Twitter at Brokey McPoverty. You know what? Today I was brushing my teeth and I decided that once I have like a tiny bit of money, but I can't really change my name to Richie Von Moneyheimer yet. I'm just going to change it to FKA Brokey.
Aw.
Isn't that good? Thanks. I did it all by myself. Email us, Twitter us, Facebook us. Another
Why is
round
that
on
so
all of
funny?
the things. I don't know. I was
Yeah,
being
girl.
sincere. Rate us on iTunes because word of mouth is how podcasts find new homes and owners and lovers. That came out weird.
Secret of love.
Hey, that's what we are. Trying so hard to hide the way we feel.
About whites.
You're just gonna add whites to everything.
whites.
Subscribe to our newsletter. It is the bomb. BuzzFeed.com/anotherround/newsletter. Drink some water. Take your meds. Call your person. Also, if you were just like struggling and you don't know why, it's okay.
It's okay.
I've had a really tough week. Like I felt like I fucked up my medicine, but I haven't.
I have actually fucked up my medicine this week.
Been there. But it's so disorienting to know that you've done everything right and you still feel like shit.
It's also hard to fight your brain. It's like, yo, I am the thing I'm fighting. What?
It's crazy. So if you've had a week like this, don't focus on the shitty week that you had. Focus on the fact that it's over, and it's over because you did that shit.
You did
again,
that.
even though you didn't think you was gonna make it through. Guess what your ass did? Made it all the way to fuck through. And I knew you could because you've been doing it your whole life.
Gonna cry now. Fun part of the
Heaven's
show.
gonna go cry. I'm gonna go pee because I've had to do that for the last 10 minutes. And we love you. Please come back. Daddy, would you like some? 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 Daddy, would you like some?
I'm just gonna completely ignore that.
Did you see RuPaul's Drag Race last night?
Of course I did.
It blew my mind.
It's all I ever talk about, and I can't find anybody to talk about it with, so I am so thankful that you're here.
I mean, you have become my RuPaul's Drag Race soulmate, and I am thrilled that we have a new podcast at BuzzFeed called The Library, where this is all we talk about.
Here, it truly is RuPaul's best friend race.
I could not agree with you more. So join us every Saturday as we recap the latest episode of Season 9 and gag over TV's best reality show.
Tune in wherever you find your podcasts.